Nick Viall over Lisa Vanderpump. No patience for abusive behavior. December 22, 2024. Hello, Bachelor Nation news fans. Welcome back to the channel. The Bachelor alum, Nick Viall, is over Lisa Vanderpump and the way that she constantly defends the abusive men in her life. He recently called her out for not addressing James Kennedy, who was arrested for domestic violence. Yet, she was more than happy to make a dig at Kristen Doubt. So what exactly did he have to say about the situation? Keep reading for more details. Nick Viall over Lisa Vanderpump. Fans have long slammed Lisa Vanderpump for not having women's backs and standing up for the men in her life. During season 11 of Vanderpump Rules, she manipulated the women to feel bad for Tom Sandoval, as he was alienated from everyone. He was coming off of Scandoval and on his redemption tour. It was so new and fresh, but he claimed he was at the lowest point in his life. LVP saw flashes of her brother in him, so she begged Lala Kent and Sheena Shea to give him some grace. Rachel Leviss mentioned on her podcast how LVP has always done this. She will defend abusive men to the hilt while the women are left hanging. Recently, James Kennedy was arrested for domestic violence. It was presumably against his girlfriend. Ally Luber and his exes have tried to speak out but have been shut down. Now, Nick Viall is calling out LVP for not even acknowledging his bad behavior. He is essentially done with the mogul after this incident, according to Reality Blurb, as she is repeatedly quiet. The former Bachelor star opened up about the incident on his podcast, The Viall Files. Nick noted Lisa Vanderpump needed to speak up because she had been a huge supporter of James and had his back. Furthermore, he addressed the Bravolib and said to LVP, "Embarrassing for you." Nick Viall also talked about his feelings regarding the situation with James and Ally. "I don't have any patience for any guy that lays hands on a woman, period whatsoever. F that guy. I hope he never works again." James allegedly lifted his girlfriend up and threw her on the ground per the police report. Lisa gets worse. Nick Viall addressed how he felt about Lisa Vanderpump not addressing the situation with James Kennedy. However, he never got to talk about something awful LVP said about James' ex, Kristen Doubt. She is expecting her first child with fiance, Luke Broderick, but LVP claimed she did not know. Lisa then asked if Kristen knew who the father was, and that sent shockwaves through the Bravoverse. LVP has always picked the men over the women. No respect left for LVP. Like, stop the misdirected Kristen hate already. That was a decade ago. She's always rallied the men. It was also pointed out that LVP announced the reboot of Vanderpump Rules on the same day Kristen announced her pregnancy. They wondered if it was intentional and if LVP hated Kristen so much that she could not even let her have her moment. Do you agree with Nick that it is time LVP opens her mouth and addresses James Kennedy's bad behavior? Or will she keep staying silent as she always has? Let us know in the comments below. Nick Viall, never one to shy away from controversy, addressed the issue on his popular podcast, The Viall Files. He didn't mince words, stating that Lisa needed to take accountability for the behavior of the men she supports. "Embarrassing for you," Nick said, directly addressing Lisa. He went on to express his zero-tolerance stance on abuse, saying, "I don't have any patience for any guy that lays hands on a woman, period whatsoever. F that guy. I hope he never works again." Nick's comments reflect a growing sentiment among viewers who believe it's time for Lisa to reevaluate her loyalties. Lisa Vanderpump's loyalty to abusive men. Lisa's pattern of defending men, even in the face of serious allegations, is not new. Rachel Leviss, a former Vanderpump Rules cast member, recently spoke out on her podcast, highlighting how Lisa has always rallied behind men accused of bad behavior. From Jax Taylor's notorious infidelity to Tom Sandoval's betrayal of Ariana Madix, Lisa has consistently shown more empathy toward the men in these situations than the women they've hurt. James Kennedy's arrest is just the latest example. James, known for his explosive temper and past allegations of abusive behavior, has long been a polarizing figure on Vanderpump Rules. Despite his troubling history, Lisa has often defended him, citing his troubled upbringing and struggles with sobriety as reasons for his behavior. While compassion is commendable, critics argue that Lisa's unwavering support enables these men to avoid accountability. Nick Viall's remarks come at a time when viewers are demanding more from public figures like Lisa. As someone with significant influence, her silence on James's arrest sends a troubling message. Nick's call for Lisa to speak up is a sentiment echoed by many who feel that her silence is complicit in perpetuating a culture of abuse. The Kristen Doubt dig. Adding fuel to the fire is Lisa's recent comment about Kristen Doubt, a former Vanderpump Rules cast member. Kristen, who is currently expecting her first child with fiancé Luke Broderick, has largely moved on from the drama of the show. However, when asked about Kristen's pregnancy, Lisa's response was shockingly dismissive. Does she even know who the father is? This remark, which many interpreted as a deliberate dig, reignited old tensions between Lisa and Kristen. Fans were quick to call out Lisa for her unnecessary jab, pointing out that Kristen's tumultuous past is no excuse for such comments. The timing of Lisa's remark was also suspect. It coincided with the announcement of a Vanderpump Rules reboot, leading some to speculate that Lisa deliberately overshadowed Kristen's pregnancy news. Social media erupted with criticism. LVP has always picked the men over the women. No respect left for LVP. Like, stop the misdirected Kristen hate already. That was a decade ago. She's always rallied the men. These comments highlight a growing frustration among fans who feel that Lisa's actions are out of touch with modern values of accountability and empowerment. Nick Viall's call for change. Nick Viall's decision to speak out against Lisa Vanderpump is significant. As a prominent figure in Bachelor Nation, Nick's voice carries weight, and his condemnation of Lisa's behavior adds to the mounting pressure for her to address these issues. His comments on the Viall files reflect a broader cultural shift toward holding public figures accountable for their actions and affiliations. Nick's zero-tolerance stance on abuse resonates with many fans who are tired of seeing abusers excused or defended. His call for Lisa to take responsibility is a reminder that silence can be just as damaging as the actions themselves. What happens next? The question now is whether Lisa Vanderpump will respond to the criticism. Will she acknowledge James Kennedy's arrest and take a stand against abusive behavior, or will she continue to remain silent? Additionally, will she address her comments about Kristen Doubt and the perception that she prioritizes the men in her life over the women she works with? Fans are watching closely, and the outcome could have significant implications for Lisa's reputation and the future of Vanderpump Rules. As the backlash grows, one thing is clear: the days of blind loyalty and silence are over. Join the conversation. Do you agree with Nick Viall that it's time for Lisa Vanderpump to take accountability? Should she speak out against James Kennedy's alleged abuse, or is her silence a sign of complicity? And what do you think about her comments regarding Kristen Doubt? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on all things Bachelor Nation and beyond. Stay tuned for more breaking news and in-depth analysis right here on Bachelor Nation News.